Greetings and welcome to another video. Today I'm in Gainsborough in Lincolnshire, and at the moment we're outside Adams Bay Chippy, which is the number one place to eat fish and chips in Lincolnshire, and also home of the battered Terry's chocolate orange. Imagine trying that. Very interesting. So yes, today I'm in Gainsborough in Lincolnshire, and I've been here since Thursday the 23rd of January, and I'm going back to Telford tomorrow basically. And the whole reason I'm in Gainsborough to begin with is to visit my best friend Sasha. So if you happen to be watching this video, Sasha, a massive shout out to you. My best friend, just absolutely amazing. And over the past couple of days and today I've been exploring Gainsborough because I've never been here before, and there's a few good places to explore. Now, obviously, there's a few places in Gainsborough which is exactly the same as most other places in the UK. McDonald's, Waitrose, the Lidl's, Aldi's, your standard town centre. But then, at the same time, there's always something different, something special to learn about. Which brings us to our situation right now. Our location right now, and right in front of us is the mighty River Trent, which, as you can tell, the River Trent is a nice little big river, massive. Reminds me of the River Severn. Not entirely sure which is bigger, River Severn or the Trent River here. But at the moment, what I want to focus on is over here. The Trent A-gear. The A-gear, a tidal bore or wave travelling up to 12 miles per hour with water levels rising from 1 to 5 feet. The spectacle is one of foam-capped waves breaking at the sides and crashing against wharf and craft. It varies in size and shape at different points along the river. There can be as many as 9 rolling waves, known as whelps, in close formation. An opposing breeze will cause the waves to break and roll over with a dull roar that can be heard 2 miles away from the approaching bore. In days of small craft, it was custom to shout, "Ware eager," to warn of its approach. The Eager is named after the god of the seashore or ocean in Norse mythology, and like the Scandinavian sailors in the myths, river people also fear the Eager, as it is very unpredictable and sometimes would surface to destroy ships. Sometimes the tide merely changes the flow of the river, but at its best the wave breaks with fury as it passes by and can cause damage to boats. In 1013, the Viking king of Denmark, Svein Forkbeard, together with his son Canute, arrived with an army to conquer the Danelaw and ultimately England. He moored his ships in the haven at Moreton Bight near Gainsborough and marched his force to a nearby encampment on Thonnock Hill. A year later, upon Swein's death, Canute became king, and it has been suggested that it was the Trent Eager that was responsible for the Canute getting his feet wet by trying to turn back the tide, not the sea. The most reliable time to see the Eager is after a long period of dry weather. It usually appears during high spring tides, but the scouring action of winter floods and above average water levels in the river can reduce its size considerably. Upstream of Gainsborough, the Eager peters out. Recommended viewing positions are Gainsborough, where viewing is from the Riverside Walk. There is off-road parking, and it is the most suitable location for wheelchair users. Best viewing points are Witten's Gardens, Trent Bridge, and the public footpath on the west bank. The Eager is also clearly visible at Moreton, West and East Stockwith, and East Ferry, but there is only roadside parking in these villages. There is a risk of flooding after the initial bore wave has passed, as water levels rise for about an hour. High tide occurs after that time. Observers should take care where they stand to watch the bore. So yeah, that was a interesting piece of information about the River Trent. And yesterday I was talking to one of the locals here in Gainsborough who had some fascinating information about when the Vikings were in charge of England, and under the rule of one of the Viking kings, Gainsborough was the capital city of England. Of course, apparently Gainsborough was only England's capital city for 7 weeks. I asked the guy, 7 weeks? What happened to change it? Why was Gainsborough the capital for such a short amount of time? And he said, well, the Viking king died. I found that bit of information very interesting, so I'm going to have to Google that at some point to find out more. But I've really enjoyed exploring Gainsborough yesterday, today. Hopefully I'll be able to explore a bit more tomorrow before going back to Telford. So yeah, and yeah, I've really enjoyed visiting Sasha. She's an amazing, awesome best friend. And at this point, I'd like to offer another shout out. Because last night, Me and Sasha are having a few beers at her place, and made a random phone call to a very, very good man called Ad. So yeah, we called Ad through Facebook Messenger, and you, sir, were really gracious and good to answer the call, and we talked with you for a few minutes. So, Mr. Ad, I do appreciate that. It was really good talking to you last night, and I'm sorry for being a bit drunk at the time, but yeah, it was a good night last night. Fantastic. It was an absolutely awesome night. So yeah, on that note, welcome to the River Trent. And welcome to Gainsborough. On that note, I'm going to end this video here. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I appreciate everyone who watches any of my videos, so thank you for that. And as for yourselves, take care of yourselves, be safe, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all soon in the next video. From Gainsborough, take care and goodbye.